1923's Alex Starr says her body was in fight or flight mode for a tougher season. Yellowstone fans were pleased to see the prequel 1923 make a comeback on the Paramount Network and Paramount Plus in February. The second outing sees Alex, played by Julia Schlatfer, board a ship in the hope of finding her husband Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklinner, in Montana. She is not traveling alone, as Alex revealed to her best friend in the first episode that she was pregnant with Spencer's child. This comes both as a comfort and a worry to Alex, as she has the added challenge of keeping her unborn baby out of harm's way. Speaking to the Mirror US, Julia explained how the filming experience for Season 2 was the polar opposite of the first season. She admitted it was a much tougher journey due to the new season's content. She explained, "In Season 1 we were filming a love story. We were running around in the sunshine in Africa, traveling the world. We had each other to rely on and bounce ideas off of. This season we were all pretty isolated, and it's a tougher season in terms of content. And in many ways that was very helpful as an actor, because you are stripped of the people that you relied on. You just have to figure out how to do it on your own, and take care of yourself. And again, it's not an easy breezy love story this season." She said although it was a difficult experience, it helped her grow as an actor, adding, "It was helpful because mentally you are going through a lot, but I learned a lot as an actor about how to take care of myself and mentally make sure I was staying healthy and good. The crew on our show truly became my family. They are the best people in the world. They are so good at their jobs. And on those really long, hard days, we only had each other, so they made this experience so special." She detailed how her days off were focused on self-care and therapy, adding, "I would take boxing classes to get physical tension out because your body doesn't know the difference between what is real or fake. My body was just in fight or flight mode, so it was helpful to get that out a little bit." On how she dealt with Alex's tough storylines, she explained it was an incredible learning experience. "One of the first days on set, I thought I was going to stay in that mental headspace all day and kind of live in that pain," she began. "And then I was like, oh, I don't think this is helpful for me, nor is it good for me, and I found it was much better to balance it. As soon as they yell cut, I'm laughing with the crew and having a good time and taking myself out of it and remembering it's acting." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden hues over the rugged Montana landscape, Julia Schlatfer sat on the set of 1923, reflecting on the grueling second season that had tested her physical and emotional limits. The actress, who portrays Alexandra, the tenacious and fiery aristocrat swept into the perilous world of Spencer Dutton, had endured an intense journey both on and off screen. "I don't think I've ever pushed myself this hard before," she admitted, a hint of exhaustion in her voice. "My body was in fight or flight mode the entire time. There were days I'd come home and just collapse, but I also felt this incredible sense of accomplishment." The first season of 1923, a prequel to Yellowstone, had already proven to be a demanding experience, with its sweeping locations, treacherous stunts, and deeply emotional performances. But as production ramped up for the second season, the stakes were raised even higher. "If I thought last season was tough, this one was on a whole different level," Schlatfer confessed with a laugh. "Everything was amplified, more action, more drama, and definitely more danger." From the moment Alexandra joined Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklinner, on their whirlwind odyssey, the couple faced near constant peril. From fending off wild animals in the African wilderness to surviving a harrowing shipwreck, their love story was one forged in adversity. But according to Schlatfer, Season 2 pushed the boundaries even further. "We're dealing with a whole new level of survival," she teased. "There's no safety net for these characters anymore. Every decision is life or death." The physical demands of the role were relentless. While the first season had required her to train for horseback riding and extensive travel across challenging terrain, the second season introduced even more intense action sequences. "I had to do so many stunts that I never imagined I'd be capable of," she said. Running through the jungle, fighting against raging waters, even handling weapons. I was constantly in a state of heightened adrenaline. One of the most grueling experiences came when Schlepfer and Sklenar had to film a particularly brutal survival sequence in freezing temperatures. "We were submerged in icy water for what felt like hours," she recalled. "Your body just goes numb, and all you can think about is making it through the next take. But at the same time, you're so immersed in the character's fear and desperation that it becomes real in a way." Beyond the physical toll, the season demanded an intense emotional performance from Schlepfer. Alexandra's journey in Season 2 was one of resilience and transformation. She's no longer just the adventurous young woman who ran away for love, Schlepfer explained. She's being tested in ways that force her to fight for her survival, for her future. The stakes are incredibly high, and she has to tap into a strength she never knew she had. Part of that transformation involved confronting the brutal realities of the world she had chosen to enter. Alex has always been fearless, but this season, she's facing the true cost of that fearlessness, Schlepfer said. She's fighting not just for herself, but for Spencer, for their dream of a life together. And sometimes, love means enduring unimaginable hardship. Despite the grueling nature of the shoot, Schlepfer found inspiration in her character's resilience. "I think playing Alex has made me a stronger person," she admitted. "She's taught me that sometimes you have to push past what you think you're capable of. You find reserves of strength you never knew existed." Offset, the cast and crew became a family, supporting each other through the toughest days. "We were all going through this together," Schlepfer said. "There were moments where we'd just look at each other and burst out laughing because it was so intense. But that camaraderie is what got us through." As for what fans can expect from Alexandra's journey in the upcoming season, Schlepfer remained tight-lipped but promised that audiences would be on the edge of their seats. "There are so many twists and turns coming," she teased. "If you thought last season was intense, just wait. This is going to be a roller coaster." Despite the exhaustion, despite the physical and emotional toll, Schlepfer wouldn't trade the experience for anything. "It's the hardest thing I've ever done," she said, a small smile playing on her lips. "But it's also the most rewarding. I wouldn't have it any other way." As the sun finally disappeared behind the Montana mountains, casting long shadows over the sprawling set, Julia Schlepfer took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenges still ahead. Season 2 of 1923 was shaping up to be the toughest yet, but like Alexandra, she was ready to fight for it.